Hello and welcome. Today we delve into the fascinating life of Elizabeth Palmer Peabody, a true pioneer in American education. Born in 1804, Peabody dedicated her life to democratizing learning, making it accessible to all, especially children. Her story is a testament to the power of vision, perseverance, and an unwavering belief in education's transformative potential. Peabody envisioned an education that nurtured the whole child, their intellect, creativity, and emotional growth. She embraced Friedrich Fröbel's innovative approaches, recognizing the profound impact early childhood education could have. Peabody's efforts popularized these ideas in America, paving the way for the widespread adoption of kindergarten. Elizabeth Peabody's life and work were deeply intertwined with the intellectual and social ferment of 19th century America. Amidst this dynamic landscape, the Transcendentalists emerged, challenging conventional thinking and inspiring a spiritual and moral awakening. Peabody found a natural home among the Transcendentalists, counting Ralph Waldo Emerson and Henry David Thoreau among her close friends. These ideas resonated deeply with Peabody's educational philosophy, emphasizing the importance of fostering a child's natural curiosity and independent thinking. Elizabeth Peabody's legacy as an educator rests on her belief in the inherent worth and potential of every child. She recognized that children are active learners, eager to explore and discover. Peabody's approach emphasized hands-on learning and the cultivation of a child's natural curiosity. She was a prolific writer and speaker, advocating for educational reform. Peabody believed education should encompass the cultivation of a child's imagination, moral character, and love of learning. Her commitment to social justice extended beyond education as she supported abolitionism and women's rights. Elizabeth Palmer Peabody was born in 1804 in Billerica, Massachusetts, into a family committed to education. Her father, Nathaniel Peabody, was a physician who believed in education for both boys and girls. Elizabeth's mother ran a school from their home, fostering an atmosphere of intellectual curiosity. From a young age, Elizabeth displayed an exceptional intellect and a thirst for knowledge. Her parents provided her with an extensive education, hiring tutors to instruct her in various subjects. These early experiences shaped her belief in creating inclusive and engaging learning environments. As Elizabeth blossomed into adulthood, her intellectual curiosity flourished. She began her teaching career at 16, opening her own school in Lancaster, Massachusetts. Peabody envisioned a more engaging and holistic approach to education. She immersed herself in the works of progressive educational thinkers like Johann Pestalozzi. Peabody's commitment to educational reform was fueled by her awareness of social inequities. She believed education could be a powerful tool for social change, empowering individuals and creating a more just society. In 1822, at 18, Elizabeth Peabody moved to Boston, a hub of progressive thought. She quickly became an active participant in the city's vibrant intellectual circles. Among the influential figures she encountered was William Ellery Channing, a leading voice in the Transcendentalist movement. Channing's emphasis on individual intuition and experience reinforced Peabody's belief in the transformative power of education. Peabody's encounter with the Transcendentalist movement marked a turning point in her life. These ideas resonated deeply with her educational philosophy, emphasizing the importance of fostering a child's natural curiosity and independent thinking. Through Channing, Peabody met key figures in the Transcendentalist movement, including Emerson and Thoreau. Emerson's calls for self-reliance and nonconformity inspired Peabody. Thoreau's emphasis on direct experience and connection with nature resonated with her belief in hands-on learning. Peabody became actively involved in promoting social reform, particularly in education and abolitionism. Her educational philosophy evolved, emphasizing a holistic approach that nurtured the whole child. This approach formed the cornerstone of her lifelong work as an educational reformer. In 1834, Elizabeth Peabody established her own school in Boston, the Temple School. The school reflected her belief in experiential learning and nurturing the whole child. Peabody encouraged students to explore and discover knowledge through direct experience. Temple School's curriculum was interdisciplinary and engaging, integrating subjects like history, literature, and science. Peabody incorporated art, music, and movement into the daily routine. The Temple School became a hub of intellectual ferment, attracting students, educators, and reformers. In the 1840s, Elizabeth Peabody encountered Friedrich Fröbel's revolutionary approach to early childhood education. Froebel's system of gifts and occupations encouraged children to learn through play. Peabody saw in Froebel's work a validation of her belief in experiential learning and the cultivation of a child's natural curiosity. She recognized the transformative potential of Froebel's kindergarten system for American education. Peabody began translating Froebel's writings, making his work accessible to a wider audience. Elizabeth Peabody's advocacy for Froebel's kindergarten system extended beyond translating his writings. She traveled extensively, delivering lectures and conducting workshops to spread the word about kindergarten. Peabody inspired a growing movement of educators who embraced the kindergarten philosophy. In 1856, the first kindergarten in the United States was established in Watertown, Wisconsin, by Margaret Schertz. Peabody's influence was instrumental in the founding of this pioneering school. Elizabeth Palmer Peabody's efforts helped lay the foundation for early childhood education in the United States. Her work marked a turning point in American educational history, challenging traditional notions of childhood and education. Peabody was a pioneer of progressive education, advocating for an approach that recognized the unique needs and potential of every child. Her influence can still be seen today in child-centered learning and experiential education. Peabody's belief in the profound impact of education and her commitment to social justice continue to inspire educators and reformers. Elizabeth Peabody's involvement with the Transcendentalist movement went far beyond mere intellectual curiosity. It was a deep and abiding connection, fueled by shared ideals, mutual respect, and genuine affection. Peabody found in the Transcendentalists a circle of kindred spirits, individuals who, like her, were driven by a passionate desire to challenge conventional thinking, explore new frontiers of knowledge, and create a more just and enlightened society. Among this circle of luminaries, Peabody formed particularly close bonds with Ralph Waldo Emerson and Henry David Thoreau, two of the most prominent figures of the Transcendentalist movement. Emerson, with his profound insights into human nature and his eloquent calls for self-reliance and nonconformity, profoundly influenced Peabody's thinking. Their relationship was one of mutual admiration and intellectual exchange. Peabody was an early and ardent admirer of Emerson's work, recognizing in his writings a kindred spirit who shared her belief in the power of individual intuition and the importance of living a life guided by one's own inner compass. Emerson, in turn, respected Peabody's intellect and her commitment to social reform, seeing in her a valuable ally in the movement for a more just and enlightened society. Peabody's connection with Henry David Thoreau was equally profound, though perhaps less conventionally intellectual. Thoreau, known for his solitary retreat to Walden Pond and his writings on nature and simple living, might have seemed an unlikely companion for the socially engaged and intellectually restless Peabody. Yet, beneath their seemingly different temperaments, lay a shared reverence for nature, a belief in the importance of direct experience, and a deep-seated conviction that true fulfillment lay in living a life aligned with one's own values and principles. Peabody, though no recluse herself, deeply admired Thoreau's commitment to living deliberately, to stripping away the superfluous trappings of society and embracing a simpler, more authentic way of life. This shared belief in the transformative power of nature and the importance of experiential learning formed a strong bond between Peabody and Thoreau. They both saw education not as a process of passively absorbing information, but as an active and engaging journey of discovery, one best undertaken in the real world through direct observation, exploration, and interaction with the natural world. Elizabeth Peabody's role in the Transcendentalist movement extended far beyond her personal relationships with its key figures. She played an active role in disseminating Transcendentalist ideas, serving as a conduit between the movement's intellectual core and the broader public. Peabody founded and edited The Dial, a journal that became the voice of the Transcendentalist movement. The Dial provided a platform for Transcendentalist writers to share their ideas, publishing essays, poems, and reviews on spirituality, self-reliance, and social reform. Despite financial difficulties, Peabody persevered, driven by her belief in the journal's mission. Under her editorship, The Dial published important works by Emerson, Thoreau, and others. For Elizabeth Peabody, education was a path to transcendence, cultivating the human spirit and connecting with higher truth. Rooted in Transcendentalist thought, her work as an educator and reformer reflected this belief. Peabody saw in children an innate capacity for wonder and curiosity. She believed education should awaken latent potential and foster individual growth. Embracing Froebel's kindergarten system, she valued play, creativity, and experiential learning. Peabody's legacy intertwines with her transcendentalist beliefs, seeing education as a tool for social transformation. Her commitment to educational reform was driven by a belief in the inherent worth and potential of every individual. Elizabeth Palmer Peabody's impact on the landscape of American education reverberates even today, a testament to her enduring vision and tireless advocacy. While her name may not be as universally recognized as some of her Transcendentalist contemporaries, her legacy is deeply woven into the fabric of early childhood education, a field she helped shape and define. Peabody's most tangible contribution is undoubtedly her pivotal role in introducing and popularizing Friedrich Fröbel's kindergarten system in the United States. Her passionate belief in the power of play-based learning, her tireless efforts to disseminate Froebel's ideas, and her instrumental role in establishing the first kindergartens laid the groundwork for the widespread adoption of early childhood education as an integral part of the American education system. Before Peabody's advocacy, early childhood was often viewed as a period of mere preparation for formal schooling, a time to instill obedience and basic skills. Peabody, however, recognized the inherent value and unique developmental needs of this crucial stage. She understood that young children learn best through active exploration, hands-on experiences, and the joyful pursuit of their natural curiosity. Central to Peabody's educational philosophy was her belief in the power of play. Play is the engine of learning and development. Through play, children make sense of the world, develop social skills, and cultivate creativity. Peabody embraced Froebel's kindergarten system, understanding play's transformative power. Today, modern classrooms are engaging environments filled with opportunities for imaginative play. Elizabeth Palmer Peabody's impact extends beyond the realm of early childhood education. She was a passionate advocate for a holistic approach to learning, one that recognized the interconnectedness of a child's intellectual, emotional, social, and physical development. She believed that education should nurture the whole child, fostering not only their cognitive abilities but also their character, creativity, and love of learning. Peabody's vision of the whole child was deeply rooted in Transcendentalist ideals. Like her fellow Transcendentalists, she believed in the inherent goodness and potential of every individual. She saw education as a means of cultivating this potential, of helping each child blossom into their best selves. This holistic approach to education, championed by Peabody, has gained increasing traction in recent decades. Educators and policymakers are recognizing the importance of addressing the social-emotional needs of children, of creating inclusive learning environments that celebrate diversity, and of fostering a love of learning that extends far beyond standardized tests and academic achievement. Elizabeth Palmer Peabody's legacy lies in her belief in the transformative power of education. She envisioned education as a force for social progress and equity. Peabody's vision remains relevant today. In an era of rapid change and polarization, the need for critical thinking and empathy in education is crucial. Education is about nurturing the human spirit and fostering a love of learning. Peabody's vision inspires educators to empower active, engaged citizens. As we reflect on the remarkable life of Elizabeth Palmer Peabody, we are struck by the sheer breadth and depth of her contributions. Here was a woman who dedicated herself fully to the pursuit of knowledge, the advancement of education, and the betterment of society. She was a true polymath, a writer, editor, translator, educator, and tireless advocate for social reform. From her early years growing up in a family that prized education, to her establishment of innovative schools, to her unwavering support for the Transcendentalist movement, Peabody's life was a testament to the power of ideas to shape the world. She understood that education was not merely about the acquisition of facts, but about the cultivation of the whole person, their intellect, creativity, empathy, and moral compass. Peabody's belief in the transformative power of education was not merely theoretical, it was a conviction that fueled her every endeavor. She saw education as the key to unlocking human potential, to breaking down barriers of class and gender, and to creating a more just and equitable society. Elizabeth Peabody's influence extended far beyond the traditional confines of the classroom. She understood that true education was a lifelong pursuit, one that took place not only in schools but also in homes, communities, and through engagement with the wider world. She was a passionate advocate for libraries, museums, and other institutions that made knowledge and culture accessible to all. She believed that learning should be a shared endeavor, a communal pursuit that brought people together from all walks of life. Peabody's own life exemplified this commitment to lifelong learning and civic engagement. She was a tireless writer, speaker, and organizer, constantly seeking new ways to share her ideas and inspire others to action. She corresponded with some of the leading intellectuals of her day, participated in countless reform movements, and never stopped challenging herself and others to think critically and act justly. In a world often characterized by rapid change and uncertainty, Elizabeth Palmer Peabody's legacy stands as a beacon of hope and inspiration. Her unwavering belief in the transformative power of education, her commitment to social justice, and her deep respect for the potential of every individual remain as relevant today as they were in her own time. Peabody's life reminds us that true education is not about memorizing facts or achieving high test scores, but about cultivating critical thinking skills, empathy, and a passion for lifelong learning. It is about nurturing the whole person, fostering their creativity, imagination, and moral compass, and empowering them to become active and engaged citizens who make a positive impact on the world. As we celebrate the legacy of Elizabeth Palmer Peabody, we also recognize the countless educators and reformers who have followed in her footsteps, carrying the torch of progressive education forward into the 21st century. From Maria Montessori, with her emphasis on self-directed learning, to John Dewey, with his belief in the importance of experiential education, to Bell Hooks, with her focus on the intersectionality of education and social justice, these visionary thinkers have all built upon the foundation laid by Peabody and her contemporaries. The challenges facing education today are complex and multifaceted, but the spirit of innovation, compassion, and unwavering belief in the power of education that characterized Elizabeth Peabody's life continues to inspire and guide us. As we navigate the complexities of the 21st century, let us remember her legacy, draw strength from her example, and continue the vital work of creating a world in which education truly serves as a powerful force for positive change.